The story begins in a world where animals live, work, and dream just like humans, a world filled with music, ambition, and the pursuit of happiness. At the heart of this world is Buster Moon, a charismatic and eternally optimistic koala who has inherited a dilapidated theater from his father. The Moon Theater was once a magnificent palace of wonder and magic, a place where dreams came to life under the bright lights of the stage. But now, it is a crumbling relic of a bygone era, plagued by leaky roofs, mounting debts, and a dwindling audience. Buster, however, refuses to give up on his dream. He is determined to restore the theater to its former glory and prove that he is not a failure. Buster's father, a hard-working car washer, had sacrificed everything to buy the theater for his son, and Buster carries the weight of that legacy on his shoulders. He believes in the power of music and performance, and he is convinced that a spectacular show is all he needs to save his beloved theater. His closest friend, Eddie, is the son of a wealthy family. But even his connections cannot solve Buster's financial problems. Eddie's father refuses to fund any more of Buster's failed productions, and the bank is threatening to repossess the building. Desperate and out of options, Buster comes up with a bold plan. He will stage a singing competition with a grand prize of $1,000, hoping to attract a massive audience and save his theater. However, a typo on the flyers changes the prize to $100,000, and the news spreads like wildfire across the city. Animals from all walks of life flock to the auditions, each dreaming of their shot at stardom. Among them are a colorful cast of characters who will become the heart and soul of Buster's show. Rosita is a devoted mother of 25 piglets who has spent her entire life taking care of her family. She has always dreamed of being a singer, but her responsibilities have always held her back. Her husband, Norman, is oblivious to her ambitions, and she feels like she has lost herself in the endless cycle of motherhood. The competition is her chance to rediscover her passion and prove that she is more than just a mom. Johnny is a young gorilla who wants nothing more than to be a singer. His father, a notorious gangster, expects him to follow in his footsteps and join the family business. Johnny is torn between his loyalty to his father and his dream of performing on stage. He is a gentle soul trapped in a world of violence, and the competition is his escape. Ash is a punk rock porcupine who is tired of being the backup singer for her selfish boyfriend, Lance. She has a raw talent and a fierce determination to be a star. But Lance constantly belittles her and dismisses her dreams. When Ash is chosen as a soloist, Lance is furious and threatens to leave her if she performs alone. Ash must choose between her relationship and her dreams. Mike is a smooth-talking mouse with a massive ego and a huge talent. He is a professional singer who has been hustling on the streets for years. He is arrogant, charming, and determined to win the competition at any cost. He believes he is destined for greatness, and he is willing to do whatever it takes to claim the prize. Meena is a shy teenage elephant with a voice that could move mountains. She is terrified of performing in front of others, and her stage fright has held her back her entire life. Her grandfather, a former singer himself, encourages her to pursue her dreams, but Meena is paralyzed by fear. She is the hidden gem of the competition, but she must find the courage to share her voice with the world. The auditions are a chaotic mix of talent and disaster. Buster is overwhelmed by the sheer number of hopefuls, but he eventually whittles down the contestants to a select few. Rosita is partnered with Gunter, a flamboyant pig who brings out her playful side. Johnny struggles to find his groove but eventually discovers his passion for the piano. Ash is chosen as a soloist, much to Lance's dismay. Mike is a natural showman, and Meena is too nervous to sing a single note. As rehearsals begin, the pressure mounts. Buster's financial troubles worsen, and the theater is in danger of being shut down. He is forced to cut corners, and the power is cut off during a rehearsal. Buster's friends and family doubt him, and even Eddie questions his sanity. But Buster refuses to give up. He is determined to make his dream a reality, no matter the cost. The final rehearsal is a disaster. The stage collapses, the lights fail, and the entire theater is flooded with water. The animals are devastated, and Buster is heartbroken. He has failed. He has let everyone down. The theater is destroyed, and his dream is over. But Buster refuses to give up. He takes a job as a car washer, working alongside his father, and he tries to come to terms with his failure. However, Meena finds him and reminds him of his own words. Don't let fear stop you from doing the thing you love. Inspired by her courage, Buster rallies the cast for one final performance in the open-air ruins of the theater. The show is a triumph. The animals perform with passion and joy, and the audience is captivated. Rosita and Gunter shake the stage with their energetic duet. Johnny finds his voice and moves the crowd with his soulful performance. Ash rocks the stage with her original song, Set It All Free. Mike croons his way through My Way with his signature charm. And Meena finally overcomes her fear and delivers a breathtaking rendition of Don't You Worry About a Thing, bringing the audience to their feet. The show is a massive success, and Buster's dream is finally realized. The theater is saved, and the animals have found their purpose. But the story does not end there. Buster's success catches the attention of Suki Lane, a talent scout for Jimmy Crystal, the most powerful entertainment mogul in Redshore City. Suki dismisses Buster's show as a cute little local production, but Buster is not deterred. He is determined to take his show to the big leagues. In Sing 2, Buster and his cast are offered the opportunity of a lifetime to perform in Redshore City, the entertainment capital of the world. But there is a catch. Crystal wants a show featuring the reclusive rock legend Clay Callaway, who has not performed in 15 years. Buster, ever the optimist, promises to deliver Callaway, even though he has no idea how to find him. Buster and his cast travel to Redshore City, a dazzling metropolis of bright lights and big dreams. They are given a lavish hotel suite and a production team, but the pressure is immense. Crystal is a demanding and ruthless boss who will stop at nothing to get what he wants. Buster must create a spectacular show in just 3 weeks, or he will face the consequences. The production is chaotic. Buster's sci-fi musical, Out of This World, is an ambitious and visually stunning concept, but the team struggles to bring it to life. Rosita is cast as the lead, but she is terrified of heights. Johnny is paired with a demanding choreographer who mocks his lack of talent. Meena is paired with a narcissistic actor who makes her feel inadequate. Ash is struggling with her own identity as a musician. And Portia, Crystal's spoiled daughter, is desperate to be a star. Buster's search for Clay Callaway leads him to the reclusive rock star's isolated mansion. Ash, who is a huge fan, manages to win Callaway over with her passion and her music. She convinces him to return to the stage, and he agrees to perform in the show. Callaway's return is a huge coup for Buster, but it also creates new problems. Crystal is furious that Buster has fired his daughter, and he threatens to kill Buster if the show fails. Crumbling estate that reflects the years of neglect and sorrow that have consumed the legendary musician. The mansion is surrounded by overgrown gardens and rusted gates. A fortress of solitude that Clay has built around himself to keep the world at bay. Buster, along with Ash, who has become his unlikely partner in this quest, approaches the mansion with a mixture of awe and trepidation. They know that Clay Callaway is not just any rock star. He is a living legend, an icon whose music has inspired generations, but who has been hiding from the world for over 15 years following the tragic death of his wife, Ruby. Ash, who is a huge fan of Clay's music, manages to win Callaway over with her passion and her music. She sings a song that touches something deep within him. A raw and emotional performance that reminds him of why he fell in love with music in the first place. She tells him that his songs have saved her life, that they have given her hope and strength in her darkest moments. Her sincerity and vulnerability break through his defenses, and he agrees to return to the stage and perform in the show. Callaway's return is a huge coup for Buster, but it also creates new problems. Crystal is furious that Buster has fired his daughter, and he threatens to kill Buster if the show fails. The pressure on Buster is immense, and he knows that he must deliver a performance that will exceed even Crystal's wildest expectations. The days leading up to the premiere are a whirlwind of activity. The team works tirelessly to perfect every aspect of the show. Rosita, who has been cast as the lead astronaut, is terrified of heights, and she must overcome her fear to perform the daring stunts required for the role. She spends hours on the high platform, gradually building her confidence. But there are moments when she freezes, paralyzed by fear. Gunter, her partner, encourages her with his boundless energy and optimism, reminding her that she is stronger than she thinks. "You are a piggy power," he tells her. "You can do anything, Rosita." With his support, she begins to find the courage she needs. Johnny, meanwhile, is struggling with the demands of his choreographer, Klaus Kickenklober, a tyrannical monkey who seems to take pleasure in humiliating him. Klaus mocks Johnny's lack of talent, telling him that he will never be a great dancer. Johnny is on the verge of giving up when he meets Nushi, a street dancer who offers to help him. Nushi teaches Johnny to let go of his inhibitions and to move with the music. She tells him that dancing is not about perfection. It is about feeling the rhythm and expressing yourself. Johnny blossoms under her guidance, and he discovers a new confidence that he never knew he had. Meena is paired with Darius, a narcissistic actor who has won every award in town. Darius is condescending and dismissive, treating Meena as if she is beneath him. He makes her feel inadequate and insecure, and she struggles to find her voice. Meena is on the verge of quitting when she meets Alfonso, a kind and gentle ice cream vendor who becomes her biggest supporter. Alfonso encourages her to believe in herself, and his kindness gives her the strength to persevere. Meena's confidence grows, and she discovers that she is capable of far more than she ever imagined. Ash is also facing her own challenges. She is struggling to find her identity as a musician, torn between the punk rock style she loves and the expectations of the show. She feels like she is being forced into a mold that does not fit her. But when she meets Clay Callaway, she finds a kindred spirit. Clay understands her struggle, and he encourages her to stay true to herself. He tells her that the best music comes from the heart, and that she should never compromise her artistic integrity. Inspired by his words, Ash writes a song that becomes the emotional centerpiece of the show. Portia, Crystal's daughter, is also a source of tension. She is desperate to be a star, but she lacks the talent and the dedication required. She is spoiled and entitled, and she expects to be given the lead role without earning it. Buster, however, refuses to compromise the integrity of the show. He insists that the roles must be given to the most talented performers, regardless of their connections. This decision enrages Crystal, who sees it as a personal insult. He threatens Buster, warning him that if the show is not a success, he will make sure that Buster never works in entertainment again. The night of the premiere arrives, and the tension is palpable. The theater is packed with critics, celebrities, and members of the press. Buster is nervous, but he is also filled with a sense of purpose. He knows that this is his moment, his chance to prove that he is not a failure. The show begins with a spectacular opening number, and the audience is immediately captive. The sets are stunning, the costumes are dazzling, and the performances are breathtaking. Rosita's daring aerial sequence is a highlight, and she conquers her fear with grace and determination. Johnny's dance battle is a showstopper, and he finally proves to Klaus that he is a true performer. Meena's duet with Darius is a triumph, and she finally finds her voice. Ash and Clay's duet is the emotional climax of the show, a powerful and moving performance that brings the audience to their feet. But the show is not without its problems. Crystal, still seething with anger, attempts to sabotage the performance. He sends his thugs to disrupt the show, and there is a tense confrontation backstage. Buster is confronted by one of the thugs, and he must use all of his wits and courage to escape. The show is nearly derailed, but the cast refuses to give up. They rally together and deliver a performance that is even more powerful and emotional than they had planned. In the end, the show is a massive success. The audience is on their feet, cheering and applauding. The critics are unanimous in their praise, and the show is hailed as a triumph. Buster has finally achieved his dream. He has proven that he is not a failure. He has created a show that is worthy of the big leagues. And he has brought together a group of unlikely friends who have become a family. The story ends with Buster and his cast celebrating their triumph, knowing that they have achieved the impossible. They have shown that with courage, determination, and a little bit of faith, anything is possible. Buster looks out at the smiling faces of his friends, and he knows that this is just the beginning. He is ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. He is Buster Moon. And he is a showman. The end.